I am your host, Lia Dunlap, and you are listening to the Oracle on Purpose podcast, where we help intentional leaders clarify their purpose and next steps to create a work and life of significance. Hello, everyone. Welcome back. I'm Lia Dunlap, and we are excited to share another episode of Ask the Oracle. And the reason we're doing Ask the Oracle on the Oracle on Purpose podcast is because we want to make sure that those people who are out there that are doing amazing things in the world and maybe just have a feeling of being a little bit stuck can get the assistance they need from the Oracle to move forward. And this year, when I looked at my year and what I wanted to achieve and who I wanted to help, I realized there were a lot of people out there that didn't have access to me all the time and didn't have the ability to really work with me as much one-on-one. So this was our solution. So Ask the Oracle is our new episode segment of the Oracle on Purpose podcast, where we help leaders push past their limits so that they can really live a purposeful life and have a business that leads them to full prosperity. So today I'm really excited because we have Celeste Brooks joining us. She is an astrologer, a coach, and an intuitive. And she has come on to ask us a question. So let me bring her up today so she can share with us a little bit more about who she is and what she does. Celeste, welcome to the show. I'm so glad you're here. Thank you for coming.
Thank you for having me. I'm so excited to be here.
I'm really, really excited to help you and support you. So tell us a little bit about what you do.
So I am an astrologer, coach, and intuitive, and I help people expand their lives and find their passions through the tool of astrology. I also use guidance from oracle cards or tarot to help people. I have my background is I have over 25 years in sales, business development, and marketing in Fortune 500 companies. I have my bachelor's in biology and my MBA. Wow. So I have a really strong business background. So I think it gives me a uniqueness in the spiritual industry that I can help people with practical and actionable advice to expand their lives.
Fantastic. So I'm curious, as you mentioned all of this and being an ex-corp, what I call a corporate expat myself, I love to hear what was the leap that you took that caused you to take the leap from the corporate world to working for yourself as an entrepreneur?
Well, yeah, so it was on a whim. I thought, it was fated. I went to an astrology course and it started the day that a transit, which is called my progressed sun, went into the sign of Cancer, which signifies I'd be growing something. And in the area of my chart, the 12th house of mysticism. So you can't make this stuff up.
It's like all arrows are pointing towards, I love it.
Exactly.
So what is your big purpose for your work? When you've been doing this for just a little while now, I understand. So when you took that leap and you went out and did your own thing, what was your hope for how that was going to impact the world? Because we're always asking everyone here, what is your purpose for the work that you do?
I feel my purpose is as a healer to help people really see themselves in new ways and for who they are and really help them make positive steps forward. Especially I find helping a lot of people with, having the confidence to move forward. I mean, I'm a Taurus sun, which is practical, stable, and grounded. I'm really having a Uranus transit, which is just like expanding my life, my horizons, everything so much. So helping people see things greater than they can see it themselves and giving them the steps and systematic tools to get where they want to go. And I am a Cancer rising, and I really work with the moon. This is how I moved from my corporate career to retiring early at 51 and then moving into being a spiritual entrepreneur, was using the moon cycles to push my business forward step by step. And my program is called Moon Mastery to help others.
So as you're looking for yourself, obviously then to move your own business forward, How can what question is on your mind that you could ask or you'd like to ask of the oracle today?
Yeah, so I'm niching down in my ideal customer, my ideal client, in terms of I originally thought I would be helping people just, you know, primarily corporate people just for their personal lives, but now I'm starting to feel a little tug. Should I be working with more business people or helping businesses with their goals and things to move things forward? So, yeah, just some help on that and what to areas to focus based on that.
Yeah. So one question that I have just for my own clarification purposes. So it sounds like right now, when you say corporate and working with people in corporate, what are you currently creating with them? What is the goal that you're? What is the results that you're giving them?
Yeah, so I work with people either personal readings or teaching them the Moon Mastery program so that they can use those tools to develop and to get to and achieve their own goals. I
Mhm.
find that people are drawn to me who are have business goals since I have such a strong, business background. Although I can help people with other areas of their life, and maybe that's the insight I need. Like, what's the key for helping people as
Yeah.
well?
So something you just said that kind of got a little spark, which was you can do all of these things. You can. And I was saying yes. And what of the things that you're doing now, which would you not want to give up?
It does. It really lights me up to help people with their careers. I mean, I've been in management, I've been a mentor, and like coming up with ideas. Expansion is really that's the word that I really helping people expand is something that just lights me up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
There's this piece then for me that I'm seeing is just for you to settle down. Settle.
Mm.
It's kind of like the energy I'm getting is very not chaotic, like in a negative way. It's like a fluttery. It's very fluttery. And it's all right here in the front, which means it's currently very fluttery. So there's a time for you to settle down. I think you're very new to what you're doing, and it's logically from a coaching perspective, it makes sense that you're like, ooh, like little shiny object. Ooh, I can do that. I can do this. I can do that. And that energy is kind of creating its own ecosystem, right? It's creating this swirling effect. And so there's like she's just like you just need to settle yourself down into what you want. What makes you most like singularly happy. So what I did hear a moment ago is that the idea of helping people with their careers is resonant for you. Is it only women?
Originally I thought only women, but I have gotten male clients as well. And the other thing I should say, what really I love teaching. I feel like that is my real core in
Ah,
teaching people how to use astrology and use the tool. So I should make it clear when I say helping people, it's by teaching them
through teaching.
these tools.
Yeah. The grounding, the settling, like she's saying, like there's a split. The settling part. Do you teach in groups?
Yes.
Okay. You teach the crowds? Like
Yes, I do these events, webinars where there'll be
okay.
a
All
bunch of
right.
people.
I think that the teaching piece feels like it keeps tapping into the settled piece. So there's like, okay, so these are the things to look for, to do, to focus on. And that alignment to teaching the masses is what she's saying. So not necessarily only women, right? Or only women and some men, but more masses, more masses, more people. Um, that if you can put your energy towards less of the other things that are swirling around, and bring it into how do you reach and teach more people? How do you reach and teach more people? Then then the energy will settle and you'll have more reserve and also more stability. Is there is there any reason you wouldn't want to move around? I don't know if this is like traveling or
Move house?
yeah.
I think I'm supposed to, but I don't know where I want to go.
Okay. She's like, she needs to move. I'm like, okay, so but there's resistance. So just the only reason is not you just don't know where to go.
I don't know where to go.
Um, I don't even know. Okay, so I'm not going to ask you where you are, but I'm seeing that it's far away. So like cross country. It's not like somewhere else where you are. It's like you're going to go to a different state.
Oh, okay.
It's just why I'm in the Northwest, so I'm just cautionary. Like she's just showing me that it's far away. Like for me, Florida would be far away. Like it's like you're going far away.
I'm in
Um,
Oakland, oh,
oh,
California.
maybe okay. Let me double check on the Florida piece.
Florida.
Well, again, I'm getting images that are clear to me. Whether or not they're clear to you, you have to decide. But
Okay.
the like she's showing me the little plane that goes across the chart, when you see that plane moving across to like Florida, maybe not like down in the panhandle of Florida, more like East Coast. And I'm terrible at geography. Now we all know I'm not good at geography. So somewhere between Washington, D.C. and Florida, like that area over there
Oh,
is where
okay.
I'm seeing this trajectory. So it's like
Wow.
go from there to there to answer the you don't know where, somewhere there. Do you have family in the East?
I have family in New Jersey.
Oh,
Please don't tell me I have to move back to
I was like, oh no. That's so funny because I was like, oh no, that might be it. I'm like, I don't know. Like, I'm seriously going, like, if I had a map closer, maybe I would see it. But it's, you have family there
Mm.
where you're going. So do you have family that's in New Jersey that like there's our extended family that's like, it's
I have
family
family
close
all
by?
over the East Coast, like,
Okay.
South Carolina. Please don't tell me I have to move to South Carolina. Um,
No, I mean, I got a bigger hit for Jersey than South Carolina. I mean, it's definitely all the way to it's definitely over there. And
oh,
so I think the other thought was coming in was it's you have family there, there's opportunity there, um, connections are there,
mhm.
like business connections wise. Have you been thinking about this for like 6 months, 3 months, something like just
I've
recently?
been feeling a pull since last year to
Okay.
potentially move. So I live in the city, and with all the
Mm,
COVID and everything going on, I don't feel as safe is one
mm.
reason where I'm wanting to move. I love where I live. I love my condo, but I would like to feel safer. I also want to be able to see the stars and things at night and the moon. Um, yeah.
Okay. So I'm just trying to see if there's any other settling to the scene of like where I just again just keep seeing the plane going across to land in that area. So I'm going to be more specific because I don't, like I said, have a really great geographic mind. But um
Georgia?
no, like that feels more internal. Like it feels like you were closer with Jersey. Like
Jersey?
if you go
New
like
York?
well, I what I got was like between New York and
Uh,
Florida, somewhere on the coast,
okay.
side of things, and family. Family is there.
Hmm. Okay.
So it may not be like you're like, I don't know what
Baltimore?
oh,
Maryland? I have cousins there.
yeah, like it feels like it's not your like more cousins than like brothers, sisters,
Yeah.
family.
Yeah.
So yeah, so it's going to be close to family, not the family we're like brothers and sisters, but probably more like cousins or people, extended family members.
Okay.
You'll look for something where the business opportunity is tied to it somehow. So whether
Okay.
that's like so and so knows someone who's going to put you in touch with someone else, and being present in that location is going to have a factor.
Okay.
So be open to it being a place you don't expect.
Okay.
So I don't think it's like someplace you necessarily know, or it's someplace that,
Mm.
which is why I'm like, I don't want to step off Jersey because it was the biggest hit, but it might be some piece of that you would be surprised is the place you want to be.
Okay.
Um,
Okay.
and um, you're currently doing webinars. Do you plan to do like big, big, like crowds, big events?
I love that idea in the future. I'm doing 4 webinars in August,
Okay.
as I'm getting ready to launch my courses again in September, and I'm
Yeah.
gonna be doing other ones. I'd love to do big events. I might be doing an event in October, but
Yeah.
the opportunity hasn't come yet for the huge
Yeah. So
event.
it feels like all of this is tied to this move, and there's this piece where I see you in front of a large stage. Well,
Okay.
you on a stage in front of a large audience, to try it that way.
Okay.
So, and I get the sense that the audience is there for something, and you're there. So it may be like a corporate event or
Ah,
some sort of mastermind or something. Not mastermind, sorry, word, but it feels more corporate. It feels more like some big event is happening and you're on stage.
okay. I love it.
Like from the energy I get of it, it's not like you're having the event, but you're part of the event.
Okay.
Um, Again, teaching is like keeps getting the thumbs up. It's good.
Yeah.
And your program that is that your own signature program that you're teaching?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. I also teach for another astrologer.
Okay, great. Do you have a book?
Not yet.
So, okay, but you have a signature program.
I have a signature program.
Okay. Um,
A book is on my vision board, but I haven't.
well, you're signing books, so it's it's all pretty close by. Um,
You mean time wise?
mhm. Like, well, and time is relative. Um, I'm like, is the book first, the speaking first? I feel like they're here. They're probably almost simultaneous. So it
Mm.
may be that the book comes and then you're out like a speaking tour for the book.
Mm.
Do you have corporate contracts to teach people the technique that you have?
Not yet.
Okay. So the things that I see in the path are whatever your program is, there's an aspect of that that can be general knowledge that becomes a book that then rotates into something with the corporate connection for you. So
Mm-hmm.
if there's some powerful lesson, the thing you want to teach most to like every single person that you see in the business world, like you like, oh, this thing I know will not necessarily solve all their problems, but like this is like,
Mm-hmm.
if you had to tell them one thing, that's the core, the crux of the book. Is it also
Okay.
a core piece of your program?
Yes, I can see that story knitting together.
Yeah.
Yes.
So it's that's the whole settling down. The niche isn't a niche like you think it is.
Okay.
So the niche isn't about, which I think a lot of, so this is for everybody watching. I think a lot of people get confused. Like a niche has to be like a certain subset of people, right?
Mm,
Like I'm going to serve these people. I think for the answer to your question about niche was find your path. That's your niche. So the pieces where your puzzle kind of fall in line, there's the corporate piece, but there's the teaching of a certain aspect of your program that is, like the golden key for them. Like I can
okay.
only teach you one thing. This is be it. And because it does X, and because it makes all of your corporate life or your business life or your career better. And that is why the corporate path makes sense.
Okay.
Right? So being sought out for someone that can help large masses, again, masses, teaching the masses this technique through that. That's the niche, right? That's the focus, is that one singular piece of it. And
Okay.
everything else is ancillary.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm thinking, is the signature piece working with the different moon cycles, or the moon through the days? That's just like jumped into my head.
Moon through the days,
Okay.
right? Does that have something to do with how they function, how they like communicate or something?
Yeah, with your chart.
Yeah.
Like,
But is what you're teaching them going to help them better communicate, like interpersonal communication or
yes, it'll help them
something?
better communicate, understand themselves emotionally, understand how to plan their schedules when certain days when you know, there's they will perform at
Yeah.
a higher octave if
Yeah.
you do this here or this there
Mhm.
based on your own blueprint, your own makeup.
Right. So, not to give too much of Celeste's personal business aside, like I think that that's the piece that if you just keeps going back, like settle down, focus.
Okay.
The niche isn't the niche you think it is, right?
Okay.
The niche isn't this. And again, this is for everybody. I believe, and I've seen over the last 27 years now with the work that I do, that people get stuck in these like, it's supposed to be this way. Like I'm supposed to work with women from 35 to 45, whatever. And it's
Mhm.
often you're supposed to do your work, and your work will speak to the right people. And
Ah,
for you, your alignment to the corporate world, to be career and business and teaching people, and the moon piece, that's like all kind of shuffling into a spot. So
okay.
she's giving, that's the niche. It's not what most people would call a niche, but what it is it's your sweet spot.
Okay.
And then the other pieces I think are just beacons down the road of like where that will take you
Mhm,
if
mhm.
you hone in on it. And that's what she's like, you're moving. There's this movement. If you can be curious, right, about where it will be rather than resistant.
Okay. Be
So
curious.
yeah, right. So take it as, what could this place mean to me in my business versus I don't want to live in that place. Now,
Ah,
I mean, I think that she keeps going back. She's chuckling. It doesn't mean Jersey necessarily. It also doesn't not mean Jersey necessarily. It definitely
okay.
means somewhere in that area. There will be people, family members, not direct family members, but um, cousins or something that people but that aren't like I said, immediate family members.
Okay.
So you'll have that family support. Is that really important to you? Like, are you like a Sunday dinner kind of gal?
No.
Okay. So, so there's something about the family support she wants you to know that's there. So
Okay.
it's not like family
It's
dinner.
good to know people if I'm moving somewhere I don't.
It may at some point be just a matter of the fact that it's a way to recognize that the place is the place,
Ah, okay.
right? So if it's not like, oh, they're close enough to go have dinners with or whatever, or you guys don't have that kind of relationship, it may
Okay.
just be another indicator when you're looking at places where you start to, become curious that, oh, that's another signpost that this is probably a place to look a little deeper or look around at and see if it's a good fit.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So be
Yeah.
curious.
Yeah.
I have this quote. It's the Drifter card in one of my oracle decks that talks about take life as life comes, and this is kind of a mantra that I'm working on. So I am open. Okay, I'm going to take back what I said about New Jersey or South Carolina.
It's so funny. It's so funny because it's not like either we're like no, right? When you said Jersey, it was kind of funny because it had a little bit more energy around it. That doesn't mean it's the exact place.
Yeah.
But it's kind of like what is that like hot cold? It's like that was hotter than Carolina, so
Okay.
that may just be more directional. Like no, go further that way, like go closer to the coast somehow. And do you have any other questions about the niche piece? Does that help the information you received as far as like how to narrow down what you're
Yes, I also do readings. So should I just focus in on my teachings?
I got a big no on the readings. I'm like, no.
Really?
I
Okay.
was like,
Okay.
not focus on the readings. I mean, I think that goes back to that as an ancillary. Like if you're doing something and a reading calls itself to be done,
Yes.
yeah,
Yeah.
versus hey everybody, I'm doing readings on blah blah.
Okay.
Like on Wednesday or whatever, or like pushing that out.
Okay.
So don't not do them
But
and
but
don't focus.
deprioritize them.
Yeah,
Prioritize the teaching. Prioritize like honing in on the big golden nugget that people
right.
get
That
from my work.
one thing that she keeps going back to, like there is a piece of what you teach that is that little golden key or the nugget, as you said, that can help people really get traction and really feel like they're making progress. And
Mhm.
that then gives you the best impact with the work that you do.
Okay.
It will also serve to give you recognition.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes, I like that. Yeah, I've been getting recognition for the information I share about how powerful the moon is in events that happen and in
Mhm.
your life and all of this. Yeah.
Yeah. So that might be that piece where you're like, okay, so if you were to crystallize that, for lack of a better
Mhm.
word, then that's the piece that the framework of the book, for example, would be around. But it's also the piece that the people that you're teaching most benefit from
Okay.
for themselves.
Okay.
And then the rest, like I said, I think it's just you just keep saying like that. It's interesting because now this is settling already. The energy is settling. Like the other
Mhm.
things are like literally like leaves just like kind of falling back down. So
I feel
that,
myself settling.
it's like
It's
that feels like the piece right there of you just kind of owning it
yeah.
allows the rest to kind of settle. And it doesn't mean, like I said, that doesn't mean you don't ever get to do any of the other stuff. It's just that's not your focus and it's
Mhm.
not doesn't get extra energy from you. It's like,
Mhm.
oh, okay, well, sure, I'm talking to this person and I get the sense I should read for them, pull a card, whatever. Let's pause. I'm going to pull a card, right?
Mhm.
Does that, how does that land for you?
That lands good. Yeah. Yeah. It's okay for me to still do my hot takes, right? I like doing that.
Yeah, I think that's the thing. Like, you can do anything that you like
Okay.
doing.
Okay.
It's just a matter of, because your question was like, what do I niche? This is the focus, and everything else is, she just keeps coming back with the word ancillary. So it's like,
Okay.
sure. And if you have a choice to do one or the other, like with intention, the one piece is to focus on like how do you teach more
Okay.
and how do you get that message out more.
Mhm,
Mhm.
mhm. Okay. Yeah.
You do
That
your hot takes because you like them.
Well, when I do webinars, I like doing those, but I have this other thing where people can just sign up and I record a little video for them, and I might have to take a break from that.
Yes.
That
So she's like, yes to the webinar, like when you're teaching, yes, extra no.
okay.
Right? Again, it's a matter of energetic um, management, managing your
Okay.
energy.
Okay.
Yeah. Because we
Yeah.
send out messages. This again is for everybody. We send out messages about who we are, what we are here for, who we're being. And so every time we do that and we're not aligned to who we are in doing it,
Mm.
we're sending out mixed messages. And as
Mm.
business owners, it becomes less clear to our ideal clientele whether or not we can help them.
Uh-huh. Okay.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So um dovetailing things that you like to do into what the core focus is one thing, but
Mhm.
stepping off that path to go do something else is kind of that goes back to that energy of chasing shiny objects.
Mhm. Yes, I'm feeling this. I'm feeling like I need to push, like, let go of these things and
Yeah,
focus in on the course and the course work and mod
right. Hmm. Whatever it does, whatever it takes to just she keeps saying like whatever it takes to just teach more and
Okay.
yeah, teach more to more.
Okay.
That's
Okay.
what I said. More to more. So I think that's the big message there, and then the rest is kind of like that's where it's going, but
Ah,
this is the key.
okay. Yes, that makes total sense.
And if
Yeah.
you land in Jersey, you got to send us a postcard.
I will definitely send you a postcard wherever I end up, but
Crazy. Yes.
I like the idea that I'll just have to pull a place out of my hat, that there'll be some opportunity that's gonna
Right.
lead me to where I'm supposed to move to, but I feel that I need to go move
Yeah.
somewhere. I just don't
Yeah.
know where.
I think it's this let go of the resistance that of where, like let go of the resistance of where, and the where will start to make itself known.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, this was wonderful. Do you have any other like clarifying questions for yourself?
Um,
How did that land for you? Was that helpful?
that was amazingly helpful and really, told me some things I needed to know. Yeah, definitely. And, oh, one more question.
Yeah.
What does she think about horary? Like, what I'm taking a class on this. Does she see this as part of what I do as well, or that I knit into my system, or is it just
Can you say it again?
horary astrology, astrology of the hour?
I'm not getting any like plus or minus on that.
Okay.
So I was just double checking, like if it was just because I wasn't hearing what you were saying.
It's just adding to my skills.
Right. Nah. To that, she says, we can always add to our skills, but ask yourself why are you
Mhm.
feeling pressured to add to your skills to prove something?
Mm.
Um, again, if you enjoy it, if it brings you joy, great. If it's going to be another energetic drain or distraction, ask yourself what
Okay.
your your why behind the approach.
Oh,
Doesn't
I
mean
love it. I
yeah,
mean, I just find it fascinating. So
yeah.
it's like,
Yeah, so if if you love it and you find it fascinating, then go for it. I don't
okay.
think it doesn't get like I said, it doesn't get like the oh that's perfect for what you're doing. I didn't get that, and I also didn't get like oh definitely like the red X don't do that, right?
Okay.
So um yeah, I would say if you're enjoying it and it feels like it's going to feed what you're doing, then great. I
Okay.
don't see it as something like oh you must do that or you must not.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. There's not like a real definite one way or the other.
Yeah, is there anything else I need to know about my skills, like bulking up? to help me launch besides time management and focus. I'm settling
Those are
down.
two really big things, so you know.
Oh, they're very big.
Yeah, I think the biggest one is just remember you didn't get where you were going without having talent, gifts, and skills. So
Mhm.
don't lose those. Don't let what you learned yourself fall like become less than.
Okay.
Yeah? Like you're still you, right? And everything you brought so far is still valuable.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I think that as far as like I think when you really do nail that piece,
Uh-huh.
that's going to build your confidence.
Mhm.
And then
Okay.
everything you learn from that on is just again just to add to, not distract from.
Okay. Wonderful. Oh, this has been so helpful. I so appreciate
Oh,
this.
you're so welcome. This was a great question. I love the question. I appreciate you being here. I hope you will, of course, come back and tell us in a few months like what's transpired and
Oh,
how
definitely.
everything has changed what you're up to or what you're doing. And if you've moved to Jersey or have plans, we definitely want to know that. I like to tell people though, and this is something for you as well as anybody listening. Oftentimes when I get specific places, um, I like to remind people that the oracle's speaking to me in imagery that I can see. And
Mhm.
so I've been to New Jersey, I've been to New York, I've been to the tip of Florida. And so I think sometimes when I get images of places, it's in relation to like a place, a feel of a place, not the place. So I say that to also say, when you said Jersey, I got from the oracle the glow. So to me, it could be some place close to that.
Okay.
Um, More importantly, though, it is going to be a long trip. That I feel for sure is clear, and that it will be like a coast to coast change.
Okay.
Yeah. So I say that for you also because when I tell people this, and then you come back and you say, I don't even know. See, this I couldn't even tell you what anywhere else outside Jersey, New York is, or but somewhere there, and you're like, oh, it's like 50 miles from New Jersey, whatever.
Uh,
That it's not the place, except it kind of is, right? Like you're still
uh-huh.
going up this way. So try not. That's what I was saying. Like try
Mhm.
not to resist a place because
Mhm.
of this information. Instead, stay open to the place will make sense
Okay.
for you. And that I think that that's why people being there that you know is important.
Okay.
All
Okay. So
right.
I'll look to that to
Yeah,
recognize.
like kind of like a little marker on the road, right? Like,
Okay.
oh, okay, yeah. And then whatever else you want in the place, I always say when you're looking for a new home, visualization is a great tool to just feel like how do you want to be in your home, and then that
Mm,
will probably draw you forward.
I love that.
Yeah,
Yeah. Well,
awesome.
thank you, Leah. This has been
Thank
so
you.
amazing. I feel so blessed to have this opportunity, and I will keep in touch and let you know with what transpires.
Wonderful. Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate you. All right, everybody. Well, thank you again to Celeste for being here to share her question. Again, if you are out there and you're stuck on a if or when point in your life and you're trying to make a big decision, don't do it alone. Reach out to us, get on our schedule, and ask the Oracle and see how she can help you with divine guidance and insight and perhaps a little bit of a path of your journey. All right. Thanks so much for watching. I'm Lia Dunlap, the Oracle on Purpose. This is Oracle on Purpose and our segment, Ask the Oracle. Thanks for watching. Bye now. Thanks for tuning in to the Oracle on Purpose show. If you found value in this episode, we'd appreciate you leaving a comment. Also, you can subscribe and ring the bell if you haven't yet. If you'd like to get clear on your highest vision and next steps, go to oracleonpurpose.com. See you next week.